What's going on, guys? This is Ace Retro, and today I'm going to be doing a quick playthrough of Comix Zone. This is one of my favorite beat-em-ups on the Genesis. It has a really neat theme to it, but without further ado, we're just going to go ahead and get started here. So basically the deal with this game is you're a comic book author, and essentially you've been trapped inside your own comic, and so you have to get out of there. And fortunately you've got the aid of your pet rat Roadkill, and you'll see him in a second. But anywho, he's primarily used to solve puzzles, but he can also one-shot one of the enemies in the game, and I don't think very many people know about this, so I'm going to go ahead and show what that looks like later on. Alright, now this is really cool. Whenever you transition and you have branching paths, it kind of shows them hopping up to the next panel, which I think is quite swell. Alright, there's Roadkill. We're gonna go ahead and bust him out of his cage. And if I had any word of advice for this game, it's to keep Roadkill on you at all times. Because there's spots where you're definitely gonna want him. Or otherwise you might have to take damage. So definitely do keep him on you within your 3 item slots there. Alright, we're about to fight our first, I guess, Sturgill here. That's what the manual calls him anyways. No clue if I'm pronouncing that right, but oh well. It's important here that you actually push that box down, because there are some fire pits down there. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of those. Now usually this guy will, okay, you might go over on that platform that you can't see over there, but he just suicided, so he's no longer a problem.
See ya. Well done, Turner.
Oh yeah.
Now there is a good and bad ending to this game. I'm shooting for the good ending, but it kind of requires being really quick with the final boss, and I don't always get it. But anyways, here's Roadkill in action. You can actually rip apart pieces of panels and reveal hidden items. Like right here, I would ordinarily have to punch through the door and take some damage, since you do take damage from punching obstacles and breaking through them, which is required in certain parts of the game, and I think that's where a lot of people tend to say the difficulty is, since you know you actually do take damage from doing that, whereas in other beat-em-ups, that's not necessarily the case. Okay, and here we're gonna exploit the AI a little bit, if I can get him to cooperate with me. Okay. Kind of just roll him into the spam. No need to really fight that guy if you don't have to. Here's Roadkill again. It's gonna do a switch for us. But I still have to write that down for whatever reason. Now fortunately there's another health potion coming up right before the first boss here. Yeah, and I should mention this game is relatively short. Shouldn't take more than half an hour. Assuming I don't screw up or anything. Now these things are probably one of the worst in the game right there. Mainly because their hitbox is really spotty. And then there's the Styx character, which we'll see coming up in the next stage. And the main problem with him is a sort of a block war. So you will see there's a fist power-up coming up. And I'll just show it off here, even though it's not really going to be necessary, but it's basically a screen clear, so that would be especially useful when I have to go and fight the Styx. So there's that. There's a small puzzle coming up here. Basically, they just have to be lined up. Not really challenging, but kind of just sort of a time waster. I don't know if maybe the latency in the emulator is, because normally I'm able to hit that first time every time, but oh well. Okay. Oh, you let these guys get too far away, they start hurling projectiles at you, and then they've got this attack where they kind of stick their horns out at you. There's also a way to exploit these guys as well, although it's really, for this part of the game, not so useful, so I'm probably not going to do it. But yeah, okay, yeah, that's one thing. There's no like friendly fire for the enemies in this game, so you can make them hit each other. Okay, if you didn't just die there, I probably would have shown it off. But anyways, here's the next health potion. Whether or not I'll need it, I don't know yet. Probably not. Anyways, yeah, you can kind of use Roadkill to distract this guy a little bit. But all you need him to do is go up once. And then what you do from here... Okay, you get the barrel on fire, then you can just make this whole thing a cakewalk. And I sincerely did not know about this until I started playing this game. I kind of just did it the whole way. Of course, would always be low on health in the process. Might as well just take that. The only bad thing is that your items do not carry over into the next set of stages. But so yeah, even Roadkill. Though fortunately he's usually always in the first panel. But okay, we're gonna get a power up here. It's gonna be useful because there will be two of these assholes coming up that I don't really care to fight. You'll probably see why in a moment. They must have known this guy was a bitch to fight because in the next panel coming up there will be a health potion. Or, I'm sorry, I've probably been calling them the wrong thing this whole time. I know the manual says something about being some sort of tea, which, that makes sense. Sketch here is kind of hipsterish, so it's definitely appropriate. Anyways, here we need to plug up this hole to keep these bastards from constantly spawning. There you go. Yeah, as you can see, having to break through things drains your life bar a bit, and people are kind of divided about that. You know, some people think it's bullshit, whereas others would probably say, oh, it adds a little bit of realism. Truthfully, I don't know where I stand on that. Like, in my mind, okay, this is a comic book, but at the same time, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, it's important you roll away there, or sometimes you can get caught up in the blast, and that, of course, takes off half your life bar, which we don't want. But anyways, here's another secret area, and Roadkill can't snuff it out, but basically, you use bar against this wall here, and pick up some more items, which of course are always great, because we're actually about to take on a gauntlet here. And it's also here that I'll be able to show how Roadkill can one-shot the Viking barbarian woman enemy. And that's pretty much, he can stun the other enemies, but he can't one-shot them or really do anything serious to them. Which is why I usually put Roadkill out for those enemies. Oh, and the only reason I'm not using the fist icon here is that it'll actually just make you fight the enemy again. Just a little statue in the back will be like, oh, nice try. But believe me, I did it once as soon as I saw this guy pop up my first time through. Because I just really did not like to fight him. Here. There we go. Get off your damn pole. Yeah, there we go. That's how that's done. I really didn't want to have to use that health potion, but Styx was being an asshole per usual. Anyways, yeah, it's pretty important that you know where that bomb is, otherwise it's practically impossible to get past that guy, and if you fall into any pit, you're fucking dead, so, this part's actually a little bit nerve-wracking. Hopefully I won't die here, but sometimes this asshole will, it's kind of random. He does it sometimes, but not everyone I've had has done it, but he'll stick his pole up at you, knock you off. And I mean, yeah, you could go back and try and kill these things, but that's also kind of a risky venture with this rope and fucking thing. And these guys I generally just try and jump kick into. The only thing I don't like about these guys is that their hitbox is kind of wonky. Sometimes I'll do things and I'll get damage where it doesn't look like I would get damage.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that's one of the more stressful parts of the game over with. I mean, I should mention a lot of people seem to think that this is a game where you die once, it's game over. The continues work kind of strangely in this game, so essentially what happens is every time you beat a chapter, which, you know, there are 3, you get an extra shot. So if you die, you just start over from the beginning of whichever page you were on. Okay. Here we go, because I am not going to deal with this asshole. Goodbye. Alright. Thank you. And here's where you can, where hopefully you'll really get to see Roadkill in action. Come back here, there are more. I promise when this is over, little guy, you're gonna get all the shoes you want. Now here's another branching path. The bottom route I would say is far more dangerous, so we're just gonna go ahead and go through here. And this is a really cool part of the game. Basically the bad guy, Dr. Lourdes, lights the page on fire, so you're gonna have to get down this vertical shaft before you're burnt up. I always thought this was pretty cool. And if a sequel were to be made, that's definitely something I want to see more of. And not to mention, there's a bomb here, which I can use against Styx. It's going to show up in the next panel. So really my strategy here is kind of just wait for them to break all of them, and then most of the time it works, but I'll just chuck the bomb I just picked up at them. And that usually gets rid of them. And I did not intend for that to happen. That sucks. But here yet again, go ahead and use Roadkill to get past this. Because if I were to go over there as, let me get as close to this as I can. If I just try and pull the switch as sketch, it'll go back down too quickly. Which means no Roadkill for this boss, but he wouldn't really be useful anyways. Given that the goal is, you have to smack this guy into the sides of the wall and his fingernails launch into it 3 times. Your power-up smash thing does nothing for this guy, so there we go. Yeah, it's just a matter of doing that like 3 times and then he's toast. Or sometimes, yeah, he'll dive back into the background there. And that can get really annoying. Real fast. There we go. Yeah, because I'm at less health than I like to have at this point. There we go. Nailed it. But yeah, this guy in particular seems to be sticking for a lot of people, so my advice would just be to know that like bombs and power-ups don't really do squat against him. The only thing you have to do is knock him into his fingernails 3 times, and he's finished. Anyways, we're on to the last chapter of this relatively short but awesome game. So here I actually am gonna kind of show off how you can exploit the AI and make the enemies fight each other. Mainly because it's funny. That and there's a lot of them, and they're considerably stronger than the ones we fought in the first chapter, episode, whatever. Sometimes you can actually get them to push each other off the side of the panel. I guess it's some kind of glitch or something, but it's helpful. Alright, there's our next guy. And you sometimes have to watch out when rolling into them because sometimes you'll get stuck in between them, and that's definitely no bueno. Okay, and here's another Roadkill puzzle. Essentially all you have to do is I was about to say it was about to go off screen too, but basically you just put this, keep this thing busy by putting Roadkill in there. But fortunately, don't worry guys, Roadkill is safe. So just there as a distraction. This part coming up is kind of hit or miss. There's going to be a bunch of mines, but another one of those metal wasp things. And more often than not, I just get knocked into the mines trying to fight them. But, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, sometimes it happens, so what I need to do here now is just... There we go. Cool. Oh, and here's the thing, I do not actually want to use Roadkill on this enemy right here because she drops some tea, which is always nice. And if you use Roadkill to one-shotter, you don't get that. Okay, this will be useful in a moment. Okay. Sometimes that gets both with crawler dudes, other times not. Now here you don't want to go right. What you're going to want to do instead is pull Roadkill out, because there's a secret panel here. There's some question marks here, but grabbing them is a bit of a gamble, because you don't know if you're going to get a useful item or just get blown up. That's not a risk I'm really willing to take at this point. So we're just going to drop down here. There's going to be one of these suckers. Okay. Just don't wait for him to come on over here and get close enough. I really don't mind taking the damage here because... Okay. And that's another thing, that's something I've noticed, like, people that speedrun this game, they tend to say that it's kind of random. A lot of times this dude just comes right over. So, out of curiosity, I'm just going to try and wait him out. But, it ends up taking too long. I'm just going to come back there and fight him. There we go. Now normally I like to have it so that the mine seed sets up or there, and then it usually takes care of these guys, but that didn't work, so... Mainly because at this point, practically all the enemies are buffed a little bit, so they're going to block your attacks more, no matter what you do to them, so... That's why I was trying to use some safe tactics there. Especially because I like to see if I can get through this in one go without dying once. Which I've done it on the console before, but not emulators, so we shall see. Okay. Okay. This part's kinda stressful, and the fact that there's a bomb over there. If you don't do it just right, you get blown up. Anywho, Roadkill rescue. This part also kinda...
Well done, Turner.
But yeah, you kinda just have to line yourself up perfectly there. And with that, we're on the last leg of the game here. So there will be more of those question mark things up ahead, but again, I really don't want to risk it since I'm in fairly good shape here. Okay, now here you're going to want to drop down, because all those other paths kind of just waste your time and of course your health, which usually you're going to be in short supply by the time you get through all this. So fortunately I was able to save that tea for use later on here, so I'll for sure need it. Anyways. Damn, okay. I didn't expect that to happen. Normally I'd try and get the ball so that it drops and blows the door down, but that's okay. So here, I just have to pull the switch at the right time, drop that. Now here's where it starts to get kind of tough, because I'll be up against two Sturgills here, and they are really strong. They tend to block everything, so I try and set it up to where they fight each other, but a lot of times they kind of just go into the floor and out of the way. Okay, I thought I took him out, but I guess not.
Give me the respect, all I can.
Let's see if I can push one off. I usually have better luck trying to do that exploit. Like this. Although at this point I'm probably just better off trying to fight him. Okay, there goes one. Now, I'm tempted to use the bomb here, but that can also hurt me as well, like anything else in this game, so... Okay. So, we're on the last couple of screens here. Hopefully I get lucky and get a healing item or something. Because there is another one of those question mark blocks coming up. Basically, you just want to knock one of the dudes into that, so then you won't have to hurt yourself trying to disable it later. Okay, we're gonna follow the next one. Just get him out of the way. Goodbye. The last secret of this game right here, which we're gonna need up ahead. That'll save some health. Trying to get the door open here. Okay. Just do this right. There we go. There'll be one question mark thing, and at this point, I'm inclined to take it. Watch it blow up in my face. Okay. We'll work with that. So, your friend Alyssa's gonna fly in here, and then Dr. Lourdes actually goes back into the comic, I guess in the way that sketch would have depicted him, and that'll set the stage for the final fight. And in order to get the good ending, you have to defeat him and pull the switch, before, this tank here fills up with liquid and drowns Alyssa. And there is a trick to this boss as well, which hopefully I'll be able to make it work. I seem to have better luck when I have this icon to land the first couple of hits on him. But basically, get down here maybe. Okay. I think I gotta do this about 4 times and then he's done for. Get down there, buddy. There we go. Alright. That's right. So yeah, I actually got pretty lucky there, so that takes longer for him to drop down. But essentially, if you kind of just pull that switch a bunch of times and just roll around a little bit, he more often than not will drop down. And that there is Comix Zone. I hope you guys liked the video. Hopefully you learned a few things about this great game. Because I don't feel like a lot of people, I'm sure they've heard of it, but many people are kind of just put off by the difficulty. But if you know certain tricks like the ones I was showing there, it's definitely a more pleasant ride. It's definitely better to replay. And of course, it ends on a cliffhanger. And yeah, the interesting thing about this game actually is Sega thought that the whole idea of progressing in a comic book was so cool that they actually had a patent filed for it. And at the end of the credits roll here, we're actually going to see that. Some relatively short credits, so it shouldn't take long. another fun piece of trivia while these are scrolling. The game was originally called Joe Pencil. I believe it was Joe Pencil Escaped from the Comix Zone or something. And that version of Sketch actually looked a lot more hipsterish. But anyways, there you can see patent pending. So they thought this was a cool enough idea, but unfortunately, Comix Zone didn't get a sequel. And to my knowledge, there really isn't anything quite like this out there. But here's to hoping it gets a sequel or remake or something. Because there's definitely more that could be done with this idea now than it could have in 1995. Anyways, like I said again, hopefully you guys learned a few new tricks when it comes to Comix Zone, and I'll see you next time.